Welcome to today's presentation. I am a corporate pleb, and this is How to Corporate. Today we'll be reviewing structural upheaval in the workplace in the form of mergers and acquisitions. We'll talk about what you can expect, how you'll be affected, and how to roll with it. Every corporate worker fears two things: change of management and getting fired. The threat of these two things is real, and you will feel it pretty much at all times. Every day you will go into work and your mind will wonder, is today the day? Why do we do this? Because the corporate workplace will rarely, if ever, follow logical lines when it comes to management. New managers get hired and have carte blanche from day one to change things willy-nilly regardless of consequences, and you, the corporate pleb, are subject to their will. Because of this fact, change will be constantly at your doorstep. Each day can bring new change to you for no reason other than a manager had a thought to change something for no discernible reason, and you get to do it. This is the dull roar, the authority of unqualified people to change your world at the drop of a hat for no reason. Now, when the dull roar gets really loud is during a major change like a merger or an acquisition. So what happens when your company announces there is a merger or acquisition? There will be an immediate struggle for dominance, and out of that struggle will be a winner. The new dominant leadership will immediately remove from power existing key executives and directors that are not on their side. They will replace them with their friends. This will happen. It's not anything you have to guess at. In an acquisition, this will be clear-cut. If you are on the side that got acquired, your entire management team will evaporate overnight, save a few key players who can't be replaced, usually in IT and development. If you are on the side that did the acquiring, your management will supplant the management on the other side. In acquisitions, it's always better to be on the acquiring side and not the acquired side. Mergers are much more messy. The common corporate pleb in a merger can look forward to two management teams competing with one another in an internal Cold War of dominance that can extend for years. Regardless of the type of change, merger or acquisition, you can bet on there being company-wide upheaval. To save you the agony of guessing, you needn't wonder if staff will change. It will. The power struggle and upper management will happen the moment a merger or acquisition has been inked. Once executive management infighting concludes, the replacement of managers and directors will start. Much of this will happen within the first 3 months of change. It will begin at the top with the executive team. The new dominant leaders will get into their chairs and immediately start gang building. Friend favor hires will be plentiful. This is the new executives and directors planting loyal subordinates in their chain of command. It gives them a guaranteed ally, a future scapegoat, and a spy on the ground. The thinking of new executives will be that none of the existing managers or directors will be loyal to them, and even if they seem to be loyal to the new powers, it's not worth the risk of keeping old management who could rebel in the future. Better to hit them back first and get rid of existing directors and managers by replacing them with your friends. Managers and directors should always have a fresh version of their resume ready once a merger or acquisition happens. The day-to-day plebs are usually kept. Regardless of who is in charge, someone has to shovel the manure. If you're a worker pleb, you'll usually be just fine. However, as a pleb, do not risk harboring old world allegiances. Pleb workers can't afford loyalty, and new managers love making examples of plebs by publicly firing them. If you foolishly display frustration with the changes to new management, you will be used as an example to the rest of the plebs as to what happens when you do not submit. New leadership knows that there is no job so complex that you can't hire someone desperate and qualified to learn it on the fly. So you, the worker pleb, are exceedingly expendable. Don't press buttons if you want to keep getting paid. Remember, the company you worked for prior to the change no longer exists. You are in a whole new company. It changed out from under you. Just roll with it. Rest assured, if you sit tight long enough, it'll change again anyhow. So the question you must always ask, what does this mean to you, the corporate pleb? And in this case, for mergers and acquisitions, it means three things to you. First, keep your head down. So there's going to be two options. You're either going to get a new manager or keep your old one. If you keep your old manager, know that they are in a free fall panic. They know any moment their position is likely to be snatched from them without warning. Your old manager doesn't need you in their face whining about change. They are more manic about it than you are. But if you get a new manager, you need to be doubly cautious. New managers always, and I mean always, instantly identify an expendable member of their new team. If they need someone to fall on a sword, they will already have picked someone out to fire. Scapegoating is a very popular method for unqualified managers to extend their tenure. Keep your distance, keep working, and don't be the tallest blade of grass when the mower is around. Second, accept the new way of doing things. Find your groove. In the corporate world, mergers and acquisitions are just day-in-the-life things. Don't lose your mind over them. Change will be constant. It shouldn't be too much of a big deal to roll with a new leadership cast. In fact, odds are a full-scale change in upper management will happen many, many times in your corporate career. So don't see it as the end of the world, just the closing of a chapter in the same awful book. Don't be a baby. And third, do not affiliate yourself with anyone resisting new leadership. You are loyal to who holds the purse. You might be a nameless corporate pleb, but you are also a mercenary. Be loyal to yourself only.
Thank you for joining me. Please come back and explore the corporate world from the standpoint of a common worker pleb at any time. See you soon.